past perfect. How many things we need to know about any English tense? 2 things. Number 1, the use. Number 2, what will happen to the verb? What will happen to the verb in the past perfect is that you're going to add had plus the V3 of the verb. What is V3 for those who forgot? Any irregular verb has 3 virgins. Virgin 1, virgin 2, and virgin 3. Virgin 1, virgin 2, virgin 3. Like eat, ate, eaten. So eaten is virgin 3, like do, did, done. So done is virgin 3. So this is what will happen to the verb in the past perfect. When do I use past perfect? Like, I want you to pay attention here, and then I'm going to write down when do we use it. All right, so just pay attention right now for the explanation, and then I'm going to write down when do we use it. This is the time frame, this is the past, this is the present. Here I have an action, and then I have another one. Let's call this one action 1. Let's call this one action 2. So how many actions do I have? 2. Which one happened first, action 1 or action 2? Action 1. Both started and ended in the past or in the present? Past. They both happened in the past. But there is an action that happened earlier. The action that happened first will be in the past perfect. The action that happened earlier will be in the past perfect. The action that happened later in the past will be in the past simple, and we already took the past simple, and we know what will happen to the verb in the past simple. For those who forgot what would happen to the verb in the past simple, you can refer back to the previous video about the past simple, and you will know what will happen to the verb. Anyway, what will happen to the verb in the past simple? You will add ed to the verb, or you will put the verb in the V2, virgin 2. Let me write an example, and you will understand what I'm talking about right now. I study English. So here I have 2 actions, both started and ended in the past, but there is an action that happened earlier in the past. I study English after I have my breakfast. So which one happened first? This is the first action, because I said I did the English, or I studied English after this one will be in the past perfect. So what will happen to the verb in the past perfect? I said I will add had plus the V3. So we said this is the past perfect. So, Mister, is there anything called had? Yes, because I said I will add had, and then the verb itself will be in the V3. So had, what is the V3 of have? Had. So I studied English before I had breakfast. Let me give you another example, an easier one. I study math before I study English. Please never do this. Always study English first. And then if there is enough time, you can study the math. Or you can leave it. You don't have to study math. Or I study math before English. Which one happens first? Unfortunately, you studied the math first. Yes. So this is action 1. And this is action 2. We said action 1. What will happen to the verb in the past perfect? Had plus the V3. So it's going to be I had studied English. We said this is action 2. Which tense are you going to use with action 2? Past simple. What will happen to the verb in the past simple? You will add ed or virgin 2 of the verb. So here it's study. So before I studied English. All right, so I had studied math before I studied English. This was the past perfect. Now it's your time to answer on your own. In the description below, you'll find worksheets for the past perfect. Until next time, keep working hard.